Okay, so we're talking about the game being played in 5 moments, but really what we're interested in here is in possession and out of possession. And again, we're looking at the players as opposed to the team uh, not having possession. So just to make the kids aware that most of the time they're not going to have the ball. But it's very, very important they're alert and they're still moving and they're giving options, that type of stuff. Again, what I said was patience and possession, mainly patience. Okay, getting the kids on the stay on the ball, don't be afraid, building up, building up, building up, not forcing the play. So there are the 4 parts of the pitch we're going to look at. We're going to look at the build up, consolidation, incision, and then what we're trying to do is finish. So here we have the keeper starting to play. And what we say to the kids is, when we have the ball, we make the pitch big. When we haven't got the ball, we make it small. So you see straight away, we have the ball, everybody moves, we're making the pitch nice and big. So we have here 2 centre halves splitting, centre mid dropping, right full going forward, left full going forward. And here's our little triangles, 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 okay? So we're in the build-up phase, which is here. And you'll see the ball just being played around. So by pushing the two fulls forward, we're making their forwards make a decision. Do they press on the 6? Do they press on the 3? Do they stay in the middle? What do they do? So that's why we're pushing the 2 and we're creating gaps in behind them. Notice now, once the ball is played, everybody moves. So again, as you're coaching, you're watching the game. The ball goes over there. Don't watch the ball. Watch these lads here. What's happening? Are they getting inside? Are they supporting play? And as you can see, the options that we have here, it's an option here, an option here, option here, option here, option here. Always have an option and then option back to the goalkeeper. We'll only get that with the movement of the players. So watch that from the very beginning, any sort of drills and part of the play you're doing. Watching these players out here, make sure they're moving as well. He's not out of the game. He's got to get inside there quickly. We're going to go with short. Okay, so we're in the build-up phase, close to our goal. So simple. Want to keep the risk low, short pass, keeping the ball. Bump passes, one touch, give and go, getting it back, moving it across. Just trying to work the opposition. Okay, but being patient, being very, very patient. We're in build-up. Okay, so what we're searching for all the time is when it's the right time to play forward. When can we go from the build-up phase into consolidation phase? Okay, and it is the right time is when the player receiving the ball has his body position correctly to face forward and can see a number of passes going forward. Up until then, when it's still in builds, we're going to keep possession and we're going to be patient. It's important to note here the keeper. Keeper's always available, always moving. If it's not on, go back there. Okay, and he's really underutilized in most schoolboy football, schoolgirl. So we see the 4 here, I would call our pivotal man, okay? And he's just walking across the back, picking the ball up, little bounce pass back. And all he's doing is trying to move the opposition around until he can get in a position where we can go forward. We're going to look at here now the rotation of these, middle of the park. Okay, so there's the difference. So now the ball is played. What I would say, he would take it on his back foot. His body's turned. His run has been, he's run semi-circular, but like, okay, giving himself the body shape to open up, and now he's facing forward. So we've gone from the build, consolidate. Now look at all the options that are open to him. Okay, so he's being patient till it's ready. Now we're ready to go forward. So here we're going to see now the rotation. So what happens is, team are playing against the Cop on, so this forward keeps dropping all the time to pick up the ball. So their player comes and marks him. So what he wants to do is he wants to take that player away. Okay, so he's going to take the player away. I'm going to see rotation then between the 10 and then rotation between the 8. Now the 10 receives the ball, same thing, back consolidation mode, turns with it, and look at the options that's facing them up front. Now this is something we talk about quite a lot, our triggers, and there's triggers all throughout the game, particularly when we practice patterns of play. So in this situation here, we want to get a rotation of our midfield between the 4, the 10 and the 8. And the 4 will trigger this with his movement. So as soon as the 4 clears the space, so when someone clears space, someone else fills it. So he's the trigger. Okay, so it's going to make it very hard for our opposition to mark us doing that. And quite often you'll see, again in junior football, is that these guys take up the position, but they stay there. So being very easy to mark, they might run from there to there or there to there, whatever. Okay, but the rotation, so again, we practice that in our training session. So any training sessions or any drills we do should be always match related. So we're doing something, say, well, imagine you're in the middle of the park, we want to create space. This is what we've got to do. We've got to rotate the players around. Okay, now we're going to see another trigger. So we've gone from consolidate, now we're trying to go into incision. Now, just be aware, sometimes we got to go back to go forward. So we can go into this area here, it's not on, we go back, we build again, we go back, consolidate, it's not on, build again, go back, and never can go forward. Okay? So never be afraid to go back a phase as well. So we're looking at the triggers again, and we're going to see now rotation outside here. So I'm a big believer in the fullbacks. Once we get moving, to try and get an overload, the fullbacks going forward. So the right wing is going to come in, leaving space here. And I remember doing this sort of pattern play with a team. They said, well, what happens here if our right full goes forward? There's a gap left here. We don't, because we have an extra man in midfield. The midfielder here will just drop in. Okay, and you'll see this in this illustration here. Now, they probably show him dropping too far. I wouldn't have him dropping as far. But you see what we mean. And you'll see the rotation again of the players here. So in that situation there, he's left the gap, he's filled it. Again, against the opposition, you've got a player here. They won't know where to go here with him, where to go here with him. That leaves that space open. When I stay here, leaves that space open. Okay. Again, 5 is an option here, option here. Even options across here, options across here. We get that just from the movement here. Okay, same thing this side again. Trigger a play. So the 11 is the trigger. 11 comes inside. 3 sees the space, fills it. And then the 8 takes the space that the 3 is left. Or again, the option to switch play. And that's something we should be really looking at all the time. When the ball's over here, because typically in a junior game, the ball goes over here, the whole team, both sides, end up over here. We've got to be looking at a man out here and a man out here to say, okay, can we switch that play quickly? Right? Can the player here get the ball, consolidation area, back foot, and out it goes. So we're looking here for the targets, play forward, so the receiver is able to travel forward. Right? And there's one of the warm-up drills we do is the player starts, passes the ball. The guy he passes it through, bounces the ball back to him, and then he gets the ball back in front of him. Okay, so we look at here. So we've got a player here getting the ball, gives it bounce pass, right? Here we want the ball to our feet. Here we want the ball in front, but we want to travel with the ball. So again, if I was training a team and we're working in this decision area, I'd be fairly adamant that the pass that these guys are given ends up in front of this player, in space in front of us, we can run onto it, as opposed to as a sweep where he has to stop and it slows up the play, because we're really looking for speed here. So the target here is to play for or travel forward, so the ball goes in front of him if we can. Right, so then we're looking for in the decision phase, so runs that break the lines, the runner, and the pass that breaks the line. And I love this little pass in here in between the centre half and the full back and around this guy. Right. Big thing then, when we're going forward, we've got to get players to support. Quite often you'll see we're up here and our right foot is down here. Okay, our midfielder's back here, and back here. If we've worked hard enough, and it's great even to see the keeper coming out there, if we work hard enough to get the ball up there, we have to support the play. Because if that ball breaks, we've players here. We've got to start again, we've players here. We're not leaving gaps. So it's very important that we're supporting the play and all those players are moving. And I'd say finally, make sure you finish with a shot, finish